pressure out? I'm headed that way. Alright. I'll wait. That's okay. That's the only way out right now. Thanks for the patient being patient. Well, I can probably get you out that door without hurting anything. Yeah, I did not make my 12,500. I got 11,100, but I did not get my 12 because I sit at the hospital for 3 hours today. Valley.
You still like walked into the house?
Well, it's pretty busy there. I did walk in the cafeteria twice.
Alright, thanks. What's the name?
Why do you think that?
Norm, what's the name? Chan? Chan?
What's our DHS? So St. Rose Dominican Hospital, Sienna. So when you click on ours, it's on the show the template view. Oh, actually, that's our DHM. So Martin first. And it'll be a D for like. I don't know if it's the same component, because that template is the same as but or similar. Okay.
No, we need, so he's your heart doctor. He knows you 1,000 times better than me or the hospitalist or anyone. So if we're gonna bring you in the hospital to look at your heart, if it's in a sit here and not his, he's at home in bed, we're gonna wake him up and he's not gonna make good decisions on the phone. He's gonna sit and say, no, we don't need him. Let's need some PPE. We need him. We do need his input. You would probably want that.
Joe, you could, if you could agree with the exam, then.
I said instead of us scouting off a bunch of stuff that he doesn't. So, I'll go work on, we do have a rest, you're actually right.
I thought you were gonna see the new one. So we were waiting for 8. It just came in right
See my LP stuff's in here. I gotta quit delaying that. It's here. Okay, let's get this done, and then we don't have to beat around the bush road anymore.
Is my medicine on standby?
Not on standby, but I can go ride it as soon as I work out.
Please.
All right, then LP real quick.
Okay.
So you've had one of these before, so you probably know the risk. Huh?
I had asked her for the remote because it would distract me. It's just the eerie silence.
I can make awkward conversation if you want.
Okay.
I'd make not awkward conversation, but I don't know how. Get your butt up so I don't have to strain my back too much.
Can't have the doctor falling apart.
And take this away up here, just so you can put your head on it. You just don't want your shoulder on it. And you're gonna bring your knees up. And you've seen a cat arch its back before. They push out like that. You don't have to do that the whole time, but when I ask you to, you do. And then we need to try to keep your shoulders straight up and down, so that everything's
Aligned.
like up. Because if you start, so your spine's like that, you start rolling the shoulder, then the needle can go in at the right place, but as it rolls, instead of going straight right there, it actually would like go over the top
Do
of
you
it.
need help?
Yes.
She would like the TV on the distractor if she could.
If I would like it too.
But I think we
Can
only
you
have like
come
one
just
remote for
stand
the whole
here?
thing.
I'm gonna come in here, yeah. Let me get some. I didn't know if you needed another needle, if you wanted to keep going.
You know, the needle's fine. Sometimes,
The Lido's in there that the Benadine's not, and that's like 1 or 2 that we have. I had to get it from pharmacy.
sometimes if the sometimes we contact a little bit of blood, you know, like we hit a teeny blood vessel and you get a little flash of blood in the needle,
Yeah,
and then you're gonna have a like a
right.
false positive. So if that happens, I'd need another needle. But if it doesn't, then we don't need to worry about it. So I think we're okay just to hang out and start with.
Okay.
had 4 C-sections because you do epidural. And then you've had 3 IPs, right?
Yeah, but that's different. You're anxious because of you want to see your baby, you know.
Well, you're anxious because you don't want to have meningitis. You want to
No.
see the negative results.
Right there. You hold like that. All right. Cold hands on your back. I try to warm them up. They're still cold. And the top of your hips, okay?
And what are you taking when you start school next month?
Psychology.
I like psychology. They've got a psychology instructor over there. That's
It's just a pen, okay?
probably why he's a psychologist. But there's more than one.
Yeah, I took critical thinking there before philosophy.
Yeah.
It was really interesting. We were talking about religion
Yeah.
and how we condition our children and how our parents conditioned us. Like it wasn't a choice. It wasn't just like a, you know. And I started thinking about it. You know, he said, well, my mom was Christian, my grandma was Christian, so this is what it is. But is that what's right for me? You know, like I didn't make that decision on my own.
Yeah.
It was really deep. I was like,
I liked my philosophy class. I remember I just thought she was the greatest thing, and then she came in one day and she couldn't believe she got a ticket going through a school zone at 60 miles an hour. I'm thinking, okay.
oh my God, 60 miles an hour.
Okay, now I'm changing my
Oh
mind
my
here.
God.
It's ruining my whole.
It's like we should all be free.
She wasn't
to do
playing
what
Grand
we
Theft
want.
Auto, was she?
She was my philosophy teacher. I'm not quite sure how that fit into her philosophy, but
Wow. 60 in a school zone.
and she thought it was ridiculous that they
Oh,
gave her
that's not
like this huge
good.
fine.
She's looked at it and lock her up.
I know.
What was she thinking?
That'd be my luck. They'd lock her up like 3 weeks before I was done the class, and then I'd have to take it. Yeah, I'll never forget her. She was great till that story she told him. Like that just didn't. You didn't have to say that.
Have you ever seen the movie Limitless?
No.
You gotta see it with Bradley Cooper. It's an old movie now,
Mm-hmm.
but
I like that.
it's in the movie he takes a pill that
Oh, I have seen it. He didn't.
Okay.
He wasn't he trying to market it?
it was.
Yes.
Yeah,
was like a
it was
drug rep.
based off of Adium, off of a real pill called Adium,
Yeah, but he was trying to market
Cold
that
fluid
drug.
on your back, okay?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've
and
seen it.
I ordered a bottle of Adium as soon as it hit the market.
Really?
Awesome. I'm waiting for my next shipment. Everything's natural and there aren't any side effects. The only side effect you get is like a niacin flush. And that's only like the first week.
That improves your memory or what?
Your memory, oh my God,
See, maybe I don't want to know what I remember.
is
I'm better off. I like the way I am right now.
all of your senses are altered. I was sitting watching television and literally it looked like I was watching TV in 3D.
Really?
Just sitting there, just looking at a normal, we have a high def 60-inch TV. It's not 3D or any of that, but it's like, you know, my fiance was looking at me like, what in the heck is wrong with you? I'm like, oh my God, you don't see it?
Yeah, I did see that movie. That was a lot. You're right. That was a
But
lot.
yeah, it's based off of
The movie.
Adium. Yeah, in the movie, it's called NXT.
Yeah, it had.
Yeah, and it was $800 a pill.
Yeah.
It's only $39 a bottle. And in the movie, remember, they died if they stopped taking it.
Right. I do remember that.
So you're gonna keep taking that,
I love it.
Is it prescription or you just get it off?
No, you just
Yeah.
order it.
This is usually the worst part, okay?
So just
This is
be
a
real
big,
still.
sharp pinch in your back. The medicine can burn a little bit, then it should feel a lot better. You ready?
Try not have to move.
Yeah, it's hard not to flinch on
It's
this
a
part.
tiny little needle
Big
bit.
pinch.
Just breathe in through your nose, out to your
Good.
mouth.
Here
There
comes a
you
little
go.
burn. Burn, burn, burn. Put a little more in there.
Oh my God.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Good job. Now we put a little more deeper for you, okay? Now that the skin and the surface are numb.
A what?
We just put a little more numb.
It's gonna get numb. Just breathe through it. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth.
It's easily said. I have anxiety.
We need to. We can numb a little more. We're going to just stop with that much, okay?
I had an English instructor tell me, are nurses drawn to nursing because they are anxious, or do they become anxious after they become nurses? So just think about that when you're going to nursing school.
This should be numb right there. You feel that?
A little bit.
Down here, I'm poking with my finger. You feel this right here?
And I feel a pinch. Just a little bit.
Is it sharp or pressure?
Pressure.
Pressure's okay. We should want to be sharp. I'll push a little bit. You tell me how it feels, okay?
Okay.
It's okay?
Yeah.
You're doing good. Just gonna feel pressure.
I just know when I had when my son passed away, the nurses was so awesome.
Where is that?
Was it you I was just talking to? My baby was murdered in 2001. He was 2 years old.
Oh my goodness.
And I was living in Sanford, Florida. He died at Arnold Palmer Children's Hospital. But, I mean, the nurses, every step of the way, they were of more help than my family, you know, because they weren't biased. You know, my family was so erratic. I was like, this is not helping, you know, but the nurses, awesome. My nurses treated my baby like he was theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave my ex-husband 5 years. That's it, the manslaughter. He got out December 23rd, 2006. Yeah, my baby would have been, his birthday is September 14th. He would have been 17. Yeah.
I can't imagine what that's like to go through.
I was telling my grandmother the other day, I keep waiting for it to get easier.
Hello, what's the next bed for chest pain? Stand by.
Is yours right in your back?
Huh?
Yours right in your back?
Stand by.
You okay?
No, yeah.
If you have to.
Doing good.
The pain you have, it's just right in your back, or does it go down your leg or anything?
No, it's just in my back.
It's in your back, okay. Not that that's okay, but it's kind of okay.
It's like a no, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think we're bumping that little bone. We might have to go a little different angle. Get past it. I think we're in the right spot. We just got to get past that. The bones overlap, and you kind of have to hit the gap between them. sometimes it can be a little challenging. We're just gonna pull back a little bit. Try to change that angle a little bit here. Feel like we're right in the right spot. Just that angle's off.
It doesn't help. I have degenerative disc disorder.
No, sometimes that makes it a little more challenging.
Yes. Ah.
Yeah, that's not a good angle. If that's already her. So, drop it down. Perfect there. Perfect there.
Was that your fiance that was here the other night? The other
Yes.
morning? He was very nice.
Yes.
You feel that?
I feel the pressure.
Yes, sir. Sir, which quad are we trying to get? Donald or Gregory? Let me go clarify. I'll be right there. Thank you, sir.
He's 65.
Oh, yeah?
We've been together 4 years in February.
That's nice.
You have maybe just all your little arthritis back here.
Yeah.
It won't let us get past maybe. You can feel your anatomy really good. So like the little spinous processes, like the little bones, you know,
Yeah.
you can feel them really well. So I know we're like in the middle, right where we need to be, but those bones overlap, like I said. So if you have bone spurs and stuff like that hanging off of them,
Mm.
and even though you're at the right angle, you just can't pass through them. I had one of these. I felt bad. It was like the skinniest guy, and I told her, I was like, I can feel every bone in your back and almost through your stomach. You're so skinny, and I couldn't get it. And I was at a different hospital where they have radiologists that can do it. So I called the radiologist, and he was grumbling, and then he called me. He's like, I couldn't get the needle by.
You couldn't do it
Wow.
either?
It was the first time I ever had that. He couldn't. The radiologist couldn't get it. Just because he had so much bone spurs and degenerative discs and. Might be on a good angle here. We're right almost to the point where we hit like that bone before. we got it. You just gotta hang out for a second.
Hang in there.
The first thing we're just checking the pressure, so we're not collecting the fluid yet. We just want to make sure the pressure's not like super high in it. Okay. Is this a cat on your back? What's the tattoo of?
My eyes.
Your eyes? All I can see is 2 eyes. That's why.
Innocent. It says innocent. It's my stage name.
Okay. Well, right where your tear duct is where we got the fluid.
Hmm. I do R&B and hip hop.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
That's cool. I'd be way too scared to get on stage and do something like that, I think.
I've been on stage since I was 4 years old.
Really? Well, I don't have any talent to get on stage. I could get on stage and start maybe, but that's about it.
I'm probably a prototypical white guy. I have no rhythm. Like I can't dance at all.
I can't do anything.
It's not that, right? It's not that, because a lot of people say white people don't have rhythm.
Some do.
We dance, but African Americans tend to dance on a downbeat, and Caucasians dance on the upbeat.
Oh.
That's all it
I'm
is.
Canadian, and we're neither. We're just out there, and we're
Well, like,
we're undecided.
Sometimes there's like the daddy-daughter dances at school or something.
Yeah.
And so my wife wants me to take my girls, and I dread it more than anything. Like I would rather do this 100 times. Like put a needle in somebody's back. That does not scare me. But the daddy-daughter dances. So, she'll be like, just practice in the living room with them. And so I'll we'll turn on some music and she'll be like, what are you doing with your hands right now? Or like, what is your leg doing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm the worst. Oh, it's embarrassing. I was watching a YouTube video. It made me kind of jealous. There was I don't know where I was, but there was an assembly at an elementary school, and the teachers got up there and they had a bunch of R&B songs, and they played the Whitney and all that stuff.
Oh my God! It was this dad and his daughter on YouTube, and he got on cowboy boots and everything, but he's doing the nay-nay. I'm like, oh my God! It was so cute.
But all these kids, they were the biggest smiles, and they were all just dancing in their seats, and they'd run up on stage and dance with the teachers, and I was like, that didn't happen at my school. It made me. I was like, man, I wish I had rhythm and I could be there with them. It looks so contagious,
Yeah, the line dances are.
Yeah.
I think I know every line dance they've come out with so far. And being an entertainer, you kind of keep.
Right, I guess you kind of have to,
thing.
especially people start.
When you go to YouTube next time, put in Ronique Man in the Mirror. I'm one of 2 female impersonators of Michael Jackson. You'll see me do it live at the Hilton.
Really?
Yeah,
Sweet.
I know that family personally. Been doing Michael since I was 15 years old.
It makes you wonder. I mean, there'll never be another Michael.
Oh no,
Jackson,
never.
right?
It'll never be another James Brown.
But it just makes you wonder. Is there gonna be another kind of that personality and that talent that transcends? There's just those certain people that they cross all genres. They just he was the man.
But you know what? It wasn't. I mean, Michael had everything.
He was the king of pop. Is there going to be another king of pop?
But do you know what's so crazy? We were looking at some friend girls of mine, because we study the Illuminati just to see how deep that it goes. Because it started out one way, it was just the illumination of knowledge. And of course it turned into all kinds of satanic things, but he was a blood sacrifice, and Joe sacrificed him when he was 10 years old, Joe Jackson.
And that's why he had such issues with his dad.
He didn't have vitiligo. They were injecting Michael from the time he did, what was he, 18 when they started giving him injections, and they were telling him that the injections were for the burn, when he got burned during the Pepsi commercial. And it was actually to lighten
Big pressure.
his
Skin.
his pigment, yeah, because they refused to have the king of pop be black. That blew me away. I was like, you know what? That is so. It'll never be another Elvis. As many as we have here in Vegas, it'll never be another Elvis.
There's plenty that try.
That is true.
It'll never be another Elvis. Because you know that it's not just the music, it's the person.
Right. I just can't picture like the.
Here's your sauce.
You know, you have these guys that are these music moguls that are huge. You know, Jay-Z and Puff Daddy, but it's not the same as like how they capture.
Right.
I mean, Michael captured everyone.
Yeah.
But you know what? He had everything. I sing, write, rap, act, choreograph, and I play the keys. I play the keyboard. But Michael just, because I think at that time, in the years that he was, when he first started performing, he had crossed so many boundaries. From his style of dance, nobody had ever seen it before.
Right.
You know, when he first moonwalked, nobody had ever seen that. Nobody had ever done
That
it.
was a huge thing. I was in high school. I remember.
And do you know
Well,
who
and
his
he-
favorite dancer was?
Oh, I don't have any idea.
Fred Astaire. That was his favorite dancer.
Huh.
And then James Brown, who of course was his godfather. But Fred Astaire was his favorite dancer. Fred Astaire, James Brown, and Jackie Wilson. I'm like, wow, that is crazy. And he did in the video, The Girl Is Mine with him and Paul McCartney. They actually do Fred Astaire. They do moves for Fred Astaire. Yeah.
She's gonna go send that to the lab,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go see the other 30 patients.
Are you still
Please
nauseous?
raise them for pain, nausea.
Nausea and pain. I'll send this
The
back in.
itchiness subsiding.
Okay, good. I'll be right back. Let me just send this to.
Okay. Oh my God. I could die. No, I didn't.